Pizzeria. Stop by for a pizza that you'll love or call in and order yours for pickup. 352-245-2419. La Famiglia Pizzeria.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
Minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. A few weeks ago, we had a young lady in the studio, and the subject of that day was organ donation, and she was the recipient of a kidney, and she was no longer needing dialysis. It was an amazing, touching, sad, happy story. I mean, every emotion you can imagine, because we also had in the studio the father of the person who I think it was his son, right? Or was it his wife? Well, anyway, the man lost his wife and his son in an accident, and he donated their organs, which is the subject of that day. Yes. And so the young lady who actually received one of the kidneys was in the studio, and she was telling us how life was so bad before this donation, and dialysis was a part of her life. I don't know much about dialysis, but I know it has saved lives. But apparently, there is dialysis, and then there is dialysis. Javier Rodriguez is on the phone. He's a healthcare expert and the CEO of Davita Kidney Care, and he wants to talk to us about that topic, as well as something that the U.S. government launched as a 5-star rating system for kidney dialysis treatment. So let's learn a little bit right here and figure out what we need to know. Javier Rodriguez, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Robin. How are you?
Pretty good. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling you from Denver.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for being on the air with us this morning. So real quickly, what do you do? What does Davita Kidney Care? You make dialysis machines?
No, we actually operate over 2,000 clinics that actually deliver the dialysis services for over 170,000 patients around the U.S.
Oh, wow. And
we have a couple of clinics right there in Ocala.
Oh, yes, you do. One right up the road from my house.
Yes. We really like our Ocala centers. Quite good care there.
So do we have a choice when we are told we need to have dialysis treatments? Do we have a choice of which machines we get hooked up to, or how does this work?
There are different machines out there, and you can pick whether you want home dialysis or you want to go to one of our centers. At the end of the day, most people pick going to one of our centers, and then once you pick your modality, whether you go to a center or not, then you have a selection of providers, just like anything else. And what the government just came out with is a 5-star system that ranks all the providers, not the machines, but rather the providers.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it looks at 9 different variables through a formula and force ranks everybody, and just like you would rank a hotel or a restaurant, a 5-star being the best and a 1-star being furthest from the best. They ranked all the dialysis clinics in the country.
So I'm guessing that if you are home in your own town, then you've already figured out who is your favorite. But if you're visiting relatives in another town and you need dialysis, that's when you're probably going to need the system. Am I right about that?
Probably not, in the sense that it's new, and so just like any other health care, I don't know if you struggle, but I just had my father go through a procedure. And it was really hard for me to decide whether the doctor that I had selected and the hospital where he was getting the procedure done was good or average or the best. And so many of us receive our health care from the best information we can gather, which is very little. So this is new, and it's really nice because you can just literally plug in your zip code and at Davita.com, and it'll tell you what centers are nearby. and then what their star ratings are.
So
and then,
how,
as you said, Larry, if you're traveling, it's really useful as well.
So who enters the information as far as the reviews? If I go to Amazon, I can see reviews of books. I mean, we've interviewed authors all day long, all morning long anyway, and it's interesting to look at the reviews. I saw one review that was a 1-star review. And it was among a bunch of 5-star reviews. And I said, well, why is this one person so unhappy with it? And it was because it was the disgruntled ex-wife of the guy who wrote the book.
Yeah.
She came out and said it. She said, I'm his ex-wife. So I thought, well, gosh, anybody can put a review. Is this not the same way, though? I'm hoping this is more professionals who would leave a review.
Yes. The nice thing about this is not opinion-based. It is totally factual-based. It's objective data. And so there is no interpretation from an ex-wife or anyone else.
Okay.
This is objective quality data. So some of the things that are involved in the formula, just to give you a sense, is mortality ratio, hospitalization rate ratio, and other literally objective things that are populated into a formula, and then it tells you what clinics are rendering the best care.
Really? So does the government then look at the lower ranking ones and say, well, what are they doing differently? I mean, people are dying under their care. I mean, you would think that would be a red flag maker.
Well, they're not dying per se, and to have a lesser star doesn't mean that you are a bad provider. It's a forced curve, which means that there needs to be an equal amount of 5 stars and 1 stars. And so, it's just sort of like an exam. If there needs to be a certain percent of people that, let's say, need to get a D on the exam, well, you could get an 85, and if there was a lot of people that got 100, an 85 can be pretty good, but you ended up getting a 1 star. It's the same thing in dialysis clinic. They could be a good clinic, but there are better clinics if you go to the 5 and 4 star.
You also have breakdowns between African Americans and Hispanics as to who is more likely to have kidney disease.
Correct. At the end of the day, African Americans are 3.5 times more likely to have kidney disease, and Hispanics are 1.5 times more likely to have kidney disease, and that's because of genetics and their higher prevalence of high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity, which lead to kidney failure.
So do we use this ourselves? Do we ask our doctors to look up this information? How do we do this?
No, it's very consumer friendly, and that was the intention, that you could just literally put your zip code and bam, it gives you the centers that are available and the star ratings. And you can just call and then go straight to the 5-star, 4-star, or whatever you prefer.
So if a person feels that they have an onset of kidney disease, that they should go to you first, or should they and use your doctors, or should they go to their own doctor and say they suspect this is going on?
What we recommend is to get a primary care test and to make sure that they have kidney disease. And then once you start going down that path, they'll start to help you, but you'll have to change your diet. And Davita.com has the most diet recipes of any website out there that are kidney friendly. And then after that, if your kidneys deteriorate where they fail and you need dialysis, then we recommend that you go to the website and start to do your own diligence as to what's important to you.
We don't have enough time for you to explain all this, but I just went to your website, Davita.com. I put in my zip code, and I see 3-star. I see one with no rating. I see one with 1 star. This is interesting stuff. Okay, one with 4 stars. So it would be unfair to name who got what stars without having you explain it all to us. But I guess that's what we want to leave the listeners with, is just simply the website, Davita.com?
Yes, and the only reason why someone wouldn't have a star is because they were too new to get rated. Everybody else has a star.
Okay, all right.
My.
So Davita.com is where I went, and it was very easy to use. Just put in the zip code that you're looking for. I put in 34470. Which I believe is the bulk of Ocala, and I found those ones I just told you about. Javier, thank you for being on the show with us. That's great information.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
Don Nottingham of the Miami Dolphins here, proud to be this year's chairman of the Special Olympics Champions for Champions event. Come join players from the world of professional sports, sharing their stories with a great dinner on Friday, September 18th, and or play at Candler Hills Golf Club on Saturday, September 19th. Either way, you'll be helping the Special Olympics of Marion County Champions for Champions. Call 988-7998 for details. That's 988-7998. Please help our Special Olympians.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
What are the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking? Will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Times of clouds and sun today with an afternoon thunderstorm in spots, high 88 to 92. Mostly cloudy tonight with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm around, low 74 to 78. For tomorrow and Friday, more clouds and sun with a couple of showers and thunderstorms in the area each day. The high tomorrow 86 to 90. Friday's high 86 to 90. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
It's rodeo time in Ocala. The Great Ocala Shrine Rodeo stampedes back to town September 4th and 5th, 7:30 nightly. Witness America's #1 sport and the greatest show on dirt as cowboys ride to help children walk. 33 years of broncs, bulls, and babes. For tickets and information, call 352-402-8808. September 4th and 5th. Don't miss the Ocala Shrine Rodeo.
Don Nottingham of the Miami Dolphins here, proud to be this year's chairman of the Special Olympics Champions for Champions event. Come join players from the world of professional sports, sharing their stories with a great dinner on Friday, September 18th, and or play at Candler Hills Golf Club on Saturday, September 19th. Either way, you'll be helping the Special Olympics of Marion County Champions for Champions. Call 988-7998 for details. That's 988-7998. Please help our Special Olympians.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us #1. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Ocala Aviation now has opportunities for flight instructors.
Wait, hold on. Brad, is this correct? You're looking for instructors, not students?
Actually, we're looking for both.
Well, that's descriptive.
Well, I need flight instructors because we're now affiliated with a major university and can offer 4-year degrees. Plus, we're also approved to work directly with VA students.
Okay, so a degree in what, and what's a VA student?
Well, it's a bachelor's degree in aeronautics, which includes a commercial pilot's license, and there's financial aid available. By VA students, I mean veterans. They now have access to new benefits to pay for flight training.
Okay, so you have new opportunities for new students. What about the instructor side of it?
Well, with new students, we need more instructors.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
So, if anyone out there is a flight instructor, I want to encourage them to come see me. And if they're not an instructor but have their commercial license, we can help them become an instructor.
So they get their instructor license and have a job too.
Exactly.
So you got a lot going on. The VA, the college, and now hiring instructors and future instructors too.
Yep. So now can we get the commercial started?
Already ahead of you.
Call Brad to get your adventure started today at Ocala Aviation, 861-7484.
Ocala's